Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. I like watching that graphic rise up. Like the truth that rises up when you watch a surfing comedian with vegan guns. Oh, great way to support the show. Let's go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and do what Adam Gray has done and submit this story. So we're facing somewhere in the neighborhood of 28 to 30 million evictions. 19 million evictions were due to happen January 1st. If this new stimulus bill is signed, it will just push them down the road 1 month. But we're facing a bunch of evictions. So how can we deal with these evictions? You know, the government doesn't care about us. They're giving us $600 and a pat on the back saying, good luck. Both parties hate you. Both parties hate you. You voted for Trump. You voted for Biden. No, they're better than the other one. No, they're not. They both hate you. McConnell hates you. Nancy Pelosi hates you. Everybody, they hate you. They don't give a shit about you. That's what the $600. $1,200 was not enough back in April, and they're giving you half of that. So it's not even, it's like half of a bad idea. It's like, it's unbelievable. So here's some good ideas that came back from the Depression, because we're facing a Depression era economic collapse. So I talk about this a lot. When the stock market crashed in 1929, it really wasn't felt. The Depression wasn't really started to be felt till about 31, 32 is when things really took about a year or so for, and that's unfortunately what's happening. All these businesses that have been shut down, this new stimulus has some help, but it's giving money to Israel and the Sudan and all this other money to other countries and defense contractors and money for like the Smithsonian. Like, no, we need money for the American people. So Adam Gray submitted this. Thank you, Adam, for supporting the show. Radical farm protests. Okay? We'll talk about penny foreclosures. What's that, Graham? Here's what penny foreclosures were. As the pace of foreclosure auctions increased between 1930 and 1932, more and more farmers became desperate. Activists demanded that state legislators halt foreclosure sales. Angry farmers marched on Capitol buildings in several states, including Nebraska. One of the things the farmers started to do, they all started to work together. They realized the government didn't give a damn about them. They started to work together. So they would go to these auctions. So somebody would like, oh, we're foreclosing. They're having an auction. Then all these farmers would get together and block out people from making high bids. So the farm would be sold for literally like 5 cents, and then they just sell it back to the guy who lost it or the family or whatever. Yeah. Isn't that an amazing idea? We need to do that. So when foreclosures start happening, get a bunch of activists to show up there at the foreclosure hearing and like, hey, man, you're not bidding on this, and bid a penny. Do I have any more than a penny? 2 pennies. That's it. The first bid was 5 cents. When someone else tried to raise that bid, he was requested not to do so forcibly. This is what, so someone's in there like, oh man, I'm going to buy this property. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Somebody gets evicted. Block people from renting it unless they give it back to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to be creative here, but maybe that doesn't work under renting. But definitely this plan can work with foreclosures, which are coming too. That's part of all the evictions. It's foreclosures. Item after item got only 1 or 2 bids. All were ridiculously low. The proceeds for that first penny auction were $5.35, which the bank was supposed to accept to pay off the loan. They found a loophole in the system that actually benefited the people. Penny auctions, man. Adam Gray's been bugging me to do this story. I'm like, I will. And I finally did it. Adam, thank you for your patience, and thank you for bringing this story to our attention. As these evictions and foreclosures are looming, maybe it's pushed back a month, but they're going to start happening. January 1st is coming. Harvey Pickwell remembers going to a penny auction where some of the farmers wouldn't bid on anything at all because they were trying to help the man that was being sold out. At auctions across the Midwest, farmers showed up as a group and physically prevented any real bidders from placing bids, but the banks figured out ways to get around these illegal penny auctions. Yeah. Okay. Still can do it, though. Farm groups and activists turned their attention to the political arena, demanding a stop to foreclosure sales. Eventually, several Midwestern states, including Nebraska, enacted moratoriums on farm foreclosures. Generally, the moratoriums lasted a year. But they thought that the depression would end after a year, and it kept going and kept going, which is what, unfortunately, is going to happen with this. You can't shut down the whole economy, the whole global economy, and pump stimulus into it, which is okay. It's good, but you can't just do that and then let the banks and the big companies snatch all this stuff up. All these small businesses that were denied, 52% of people that applied for PPP loans were denied. Because the plan here is to snatch up your home, to snatch up your business. Small business owners, homeowners, they're going to snatch it up so that the 1% own more and more and more. You got to say no. In February 1933, thousands of farmers marched on the new Capitol building in Lincoln, Nebraska, demanding a moratorium on all farm foreclosures. The legislature responded within a month and halted foreclosure sales for 2 years. That's what it's going to take, folks. We're going to be in a constant state of protesting and marches and shutdowns and general strikes. We're going to need that. We're going to have to do that because they're not giving up their power. This new stimulus bill, they clearly don't give a shit about us. Pelosi doesn't give a shit about you. Mitch McConnell doesn't give a shit. None of them give a shit about you. Lindsey Graham, Chuck Schumer, they're all assholes. Even the squad. AOC and Omar voted for the stimulus plan. They voted for it. Tulsi Gabbard and I think Tlaib said no. Those are the only Democrats that said no. However, they allowed district judges to decide how long a foreclosure could be postponed to order the proceedings to go forward anyway. Radical farmers were furious when the first test case ended with the judge ordering a sale to go forward. Some in Madison County began listening to fiery communist organizer Mother Ella Reeve Bloor. Mother Bloor had come to the Midwest to build alliances between urban workers and radical farmers. Right? I've been saying that. Look to history. Look to these labor movements. Look to the communists and socialists in the 30s. Now, those words got demonized because of the Soviet Union, but that's what it's going to take, guys. We got to unify. We have to. Throughout 1933 and 34, she spoke often in Nebraska from Madison County to Loop City and Grand Island to the central part of the state. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. There is a lack of history, a lack of any acknowledgement of history of what was done in the past. We can use these same things or versions of them or the modern version of them. I mean, look what the kids did with TikTok and that Trump rally in Tulsa, right? They bought up all the tickets. That's a version of this penny foreclosure. Now, that was for a rally, but this is the thing I'm talking about. Maybe it's not in person, maybe it's an online thing because of COVID. Well, then say, no, we're done. I mean, we got to get inventive here. That's what they did during the Depression. They got creative. How can and when everybody unified, that's when they had some power. That's what we need to do. These are direct actions we can all be a part of. Build coalitions, work with your neighbors. This is what it's going to take, because the banks are coming. The banks are coming. They don't give a shit about you. The two parties will just they just keep giving them money. So the CARES Act was the single greatest upward transference of wealth ever. Trillions of dollars. 651 billionaires have made something like $1 trillion in profits just through the pandemic. So Thank you, Adam, for bringing us this story so we can bring it to everybody else. Share this video. Get it out there. Get people aware of this. Get people's ideas moving. Get activists, local activists. How can we do this? How can we do this? Get thinking. This is where the good ideas will come. Thanks for watching the show. You're all making Gotham great again. Boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at grahamelwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.